Good morning, Louise. Hi, honey. Are you hungry? You want some bugs? Here you go. Here's a good bug. Back up. Oh, almost. Good girl. All right. Good morning, everybody. Here's our favorite gecko, Louise. She's hungry this morning. Do you see her little cheeks start to puff when she's all excited? She sees her breakfast. A lot of people think that geckos are nocturnal, that they only come out at night. But actually, they are crepuscular. Crepuscular means they come out in the morning and in the evening. So they don't just come out at night and stay out all night. They're not night owls. They're sleeping at night. Sometimes they're awake here and there at night, but mostly Louise is awake early in the morning, like right now. It's nice and early. Or she's awake. She's going to sleep all day like a kitty cat, and then she'll wake up again tonight around 7 or 8 p.m. and be hungry. You guys remember she didn't eat anything from about December until the end of April. And now that she's eating again, she's not brumating, she's eating, she's growing, and she's storing her fat reserves. Leopard geckos store their fat reserves not just in their tail, but also in these little fat pockets behind her little elbows, behind her little armpits there. So you can kind of see she's growing her little fat reserves back. That's why she's so hungry. So leopard geckos don't eat every single day. They just eat depending on their size, how big they are, and how old they are. So little baby leopard geckos have to eat little meals often, like maybe a couple of mealworms every day. Now that Louise is turning 3 years old next month, she really only eats about twice a week. We have a schedule usually where we feed her on Mondays and on Fridays. Now today's Thursday, and I just noticed this morning that she was in here in her little hunting hide. She was in there looking for worms, looking for things to eat. So I decided today we could feed her because she's hungry. She just wants to eat today. Pretty little gecko, huh? I'm always going to take her little mealworms and I dust them in some calcium powder, give her some good reptile minerals so that she's getting a full diet. Because if she was living in the wild, she would be getting a variety of bugs. But since I raise her in Maine, I just raise a few different types of bugs. I raise mealworms and I raise waxworms for her, and that's it. So she's not getting crickets, she's not getting beetles, she's not getting a large variety of bugs in her diet. So what I do is I just coat them in a little bit of powder to make sure that she has a balanced diet. This is the powder I think I've shown you guys. It's just called Calcium Plus by Repashy. She's like, is that food for me? Did you see her little cheeks puffing? Oh, she's so cute. Oh, Louise. She's my little Louise. Sweet girl. Just gonna find a few more little mealworms for her. There we go. Coat them in the little powder. Get them nice and tasty for you, Louise. Here, you want this one? Oops. I dropped it. Good girl. You know, sometimes I drop the bug on the ground for her like that. And sometimes I'll hand it to her with my tweezers. I used to try to reach in with my hands and hand it to her with my fingers because I wanted to hand feed her. But she got confused. She likes my hands for climbing on. And she knows when I put my hand in and it's time to come out of the tank. So she got a little confused when I would hold the mealworm for her. So I either drop it for her or I hold it with my tweezers. Just so she knows this is feeding time. It's not time to come out. There is a time to come out, but it's not right now. Do you have some sphagnum moss in your mouth, Louise? Oh my goodness, get it. Good job. Good job, Louise. All right, 2 more big fat ones, okay? 2 more big fat mealies, and then we'll call it a day. Here's one. Oh boy, that's a big one. Oh, she likes that one. Last year, when I fed her, she would just take the mealworms, and she usually took about 8 to 10 or 12 in a feeding. And this year, she is snatching them with gusto. She has a lot more energy this year for feedings. And she also grew a whole inch, you guys. I keep track of Louise, you know. So I keep track of her stats and her shed schedule and her length and her weight. When I got her, she was only 8 inches long, and now she's 9 inches long. Here, I'll show you. Thanks, Louise, for showing us your morning breakfast routine. You sweet girl. All right, she's going to spend her day in her little piece of Afghanistan here. And over here is just my little setup. I do like to give her a little sound so she knows breakfast is over. Leopard geckos like sound. When I go to pick her up, I have a sound. When I feed her, I have a sound. Over here we have her little waxworm colony in there. And they've been doing really well, actually. We've been getting a lot of nice fat waxworms out of that for her. And I also have a little manual for leopard geckos, just in case we have any issues. But here's her little chart. I keep track of Louise. Since I have a lot of animals, it is really important for me to stay organized. These are just her little mealies, her mealworms. So it's really important for me to stay organized and keep track of everything for all of my animals. So I have little binders for everybody, but this is just Louise's binder, her little folder here. And when I first got her, I started keeping track. I have her birth date. I have a little piece of her shed here on top with her little bullseye right from on top of her head. I just taped it on there, so cute. But I have her length and weight from when I first got her and started keeping track of, I think I got her in January of 2020. Yeah, right before the pandemic. And then I kept track of her shed and her weight here. I always gave her a grade. And then I started writing down just some general things about Louise at the bottom as I got to know her. This year, this is page 2. Her brumation ended on the 24th of April. I wrote down what she ate. And then her shed schedule for this year has started again because I ran out of room on the other page. Here is her size stats for this year. Nose to tail, she's 1 inch longer than last year. Her weight, she is 3 grams less than she weighed exactly this time last year. So I'm just assuming that that's because she had a growth spurt and she got longer. So I'm assuming that this year her weight is going to go up, let's see, into the 90 grams. She was 95 grams when she stopped eating last year in December. So this year I think she'll get up to probably around 100 grams, maybe even a little bit heavier, I'm assuming. We'll see. Her 2020 weight, her high was 95 grams, like I just showed you. Her low was 82 grams. So this year we'll record her high and her low. And her low is probably going to be the 81 grams, what she started out at this year. So that's just, I've got some extra pages in there for when I need to keep taking more notes. But I just write a few things down on Louise just to make sure she's healthy and happy. Because I have a lot of animals and it's hard to keep track of everybody, but this just keeps me organized. And if, like, say I need to, go away for a weekend, not that I do because it's hard for farmers to leave ever, but if I ever need to go away for a weekend, my husband Aaron knows exactly what he's doing and how to take care of her and how to feed her because it's all written down. There's my good girl. Oh, she's so precious. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We hope you have a great day. She's going to go have some water and then she's going to lie down and have a nice sploot. Oh my goodness, good yawn, Louise. They just don't get any cuter than this girl. I love that lizard. Alright, we'll see you later. Bye.